You know, Beth, coupes are practical and they are sporty, but sometimes I really miss that wind-in-the-face feeling of an open roadster.
Me too, John, but it's kind of hard to go back to those crude old MGs and Triumphs when you're used to driving the more refined cars of today. But BMW has a solution to our problem. It's a neat little model called the Bmw Z1. The Z1 is a product of a new division at BMW, BMW Technik. And the car is a major departure for one of Germany's best-known sedan builders. The Z1 is sort of a modern version of the famous BMW 328 Roadster of 1936. The body has bolt-on plastic panels in the style of the Pontiac Fiero, and the underbody has a series of spoilers and air channels similar to those used on Formula One racers. The Z1 is built on a galvanized steel frame with unusually high side sills for safety. The engine position is called mid-front, which means it sits behind the front wheel center line, about where you'd find the transmission in most cars. The result is perfect 50-50 weight distribution. The high side sills presented a problem with fitting doors to the Z1. BMW Technik solved it, using doors that open by dropping into the body. Even with the doors open, the sides of the body are still high enough that you can safely drive the car. This contributes to that open roadster feel. But you'll have to be in pretty good shape if you're going to be climbing over those high sills on a regular basis. The rear-drive Z1 is powered by the same fuel-injected six-cylinder that drives the 325i. BMW used a lot of existing parts to keep the Z1's cost down. The interior, gearbox, and front suspension are 325 pieces, but the rear suspension is a mystery. BMW Technik refuses to talk about it. It may be a new design for use in future 3 Series cars. BMW calls the Z1 a test bed, but we're pretty sure they're planning to produce it. The car has already been fully crash tested and meets U.S. safety standards. And BMW wouldn't have used so many existing parts in the design if they hadn't planned on producing the car. If the Z1 is produced, it means that BMW's new division is taking the company back to a market that many people thought BMW had abandoned for good.
But Beth, if BMW does build the Z1, what do you think we're going to have to pay for it?
About as much as for the current BMW 325. That's about $22,000. But it does depend on how many cars they decide to build.
Regardless, it sure would be nice to see the two-seater roadster market flourishing again. Thanks, Beth.
You're welcome, John.